Hey, what's going on YouTube today? We are reacting to Micheal B Jordan wins the Oscar and woman gets humbled again by Riva TV. So if y'all didn't know, bro won the Oscar. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For the I'm pretty sure for the movie Sinners. I didn't really look into this a lot, but I've been seeing this go viral. So you already know, man.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Let's get right to it. And if he didn't win the movie, if he didn't win the Oscar for the movie Sinners, please let me know. I really didn't look into this. I don't want to be wrong.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I'm back again with another video.
Oh, Sinners, okay.
Now, this weekend, as many of us know, actor Micheal B Jordan won Best Actor for the 2026 Oscars.
And the Oscar goes to Micheal B Jordan.
Oh, man, y'all.
And, you know, he was out celebrating. A lot of people were so excited. You know, his fan base was super supportive. And in that support, they decided to revive the conversation of, you know, who gets the last laugh after the woman, you know, interviewed him and called him corny.
We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
The corny kid, right?
No.
Now, this in turn led to, you know, the
that.
woman going on a podcast and speaking out, basically, for lack of better words, you know, kind of like playing the victim in regards to the situation.
You know, the thing that hurts from it, and this is why now I watch what I do, because I was defending him a lot.
Now, we're going to go ahead and dive
Defending
into
him?
the entire conversation, what was said, what actually happened, what didn't happen. And of course, you guys know I'm going to give you guys my thoughts, my feelings, and my opinion on this entire situation. So as I stated before, you know, there was an interaction between Micheal B Jordan and radio host L'Oreal in which they were talking about their past. And, you know, she just so happened to be on a red carpet setting and being the person that interviewed him.
We got Micheal B Jordan, the director and the star of Creed 3. And, you know, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
The corny kid, right?
No.
Now, you can already tell by this initial reaction that, like, you know, she's laughing, cackling, and all that. And he's sitting there like, yeah,
I remember you.
got you. Like, not playing no games with you.
Bro, that's the best feeling, man. For any of you guys watching this and you are inspired by Micheal B Jordan, just know while all of us aren't destined to win an Oscar, the best revenge is getting your bag up, getting more successful, getting better looking, upgrading your life, not for the woman, but for you. Let everybody who missed out on you miss. You have to see the bigger picture. You have to know that, hey, I'm not my results right now, if you're talking about just when it comes to women. But who I will be and who I'm becoming is a person who will get results. So you have to have that unwavering belief in yourself when a woman does
you
it.
know what it is. Look now, you know? And obviously the interview continued of her trying to kind of like backpedal from that conversation.
I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say. I said we used to make fun of the name.
Look at him.
But yeah, he is
I remember
obviously killing things out here. How is the difference between you actually directing and working with the same people that you were directed with versus?
So as you can see, like, you know, she's trying to get back into, you know, leadership mode. I feel like he kind of like threw her a bone there in that segment. I feel like he allowed the conversation to keep going because truth be told,
he's
we
kind.
all know this. He could have easily walked away.
He's a kind
okay,
dude.
I'm just gonna keep it real. He could have easily just walked away from that situation and been like, I'm not talking to you. I don't want to talk to you. We're good. I'm cool. Let me move on.
That speaks to his character, though. He doesn't feel no way, but you can, that's the thing, man. You can't forget how somebody did you or what they said to you. That shit always plays in your mind. But that's not who you are. Who gives a fuck what somebody thinks about you? Honestly.
To somebody else and you know, worse, humiliated her in that situation. I think the acknowledgement of her in and of itself was him kind of like stretching a hand and not being as worse as it could have been, right?
I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say. I said we used to make fun of the name. But yeah, he is obviously killing things out here.
What a lot of people don't realize about that conversation, though, is that it transferred into her humiliating herself again when fellow actor Jonathan Majors also walked up into the conversation.
He was doing the athletic gear. I mean, I was staying in it. This is about y'all. This ain't about me.
Isn't this the sexiest man show off right here? Who's the sexiest man? Because now who's the sexiest man? Because I thought you said you're on the way up.
Jonathan Majors looked her dead in her eye and said, "What kind of question is that?"
Literally, bro. The sexiest
Jonathan
man.
Majors said, "Who trained you?
Who's the sexiest man? Because now
What kind of question? What kind of question?
Who trained you? Who you think you is?" Which lets me know that, you know, in general, her perspective or her energy when she is approaching certain situations, people can feel it. Now, I don't know if Jonathan Majors know about the interview from before, if him and Michael talked about it. Probably not. But he was just kind of like, what kind of question you coming up here asking me and my bro, like, who's the better one out of us two?
Man.
he might be the one right now.
This is the one. This is the one right here. Yeah. See that?
Is it a tie?
Ain't no tie. We don't compete. Yeah, we don't compete.
Two number ones. Batman and Batman. Or should I? Oh, no, can't say that.
Superman and
Superman, sorry.
Good luck with that.
Again, okay, as much as, you know, Michael was like, you know, you call me corny, whatever, he, again, in that moment, threw her a bone, right? Like, he still sat there and continued the conversation, laughed it off, whatever the case is, regardless of, because he knew that Jonathan Majors could have easily taken there. Like, what are you talking about?
He's having fun with that interaction. He's like, yeah, I'm up now. You know, I don't care about your opinion no more. Yeah, I'm having fun with this. That's literally what his vibe. He's like, yeah, I'm just having fun.
Is it a tie?
We don't compete. Yeah, we don't compete.
Two number ones. Batman.
After this interaction, it actually went viral all over social media. L'Oreal then went on a, couple of different platforms and basically discussed or clarified, the misconception that was out there.
And I've never bullied him. That just sounds so outrageous to me. Like me bullying Micheal B Jordan his whole life. Wouldn't we have heard about this before this? You know, he's heard numerous people probably call him this before, and it just went totally left. I didn't expect it to go like that.
Now, we already know people don't go out on platforms or do interviews unless they're getting some kind of negative backlash, right? Like, if everybody supported her and what she was saying and she wasn't getting no negative backlash, she wouldn't have talked about it again. It would have been what it was, right?
Yeah.
But because of the influx of people calling her out for that behavior, she was trying to, save face in terms of the situation.
Do feel like he took everything out of it. It gave the Will Smith thing where it's like, this is not something we haven't heard, right? I just never said it. I've defended him numerous times just because of the fact that I did have a rapport with him.
She then went on to, very recently, a couple of days ago, she went on to a podcast and talked about it again, because it's almost like every single time Micheal B Jordan is winning in any kind of facet,
She got to bring it up.
they're going to go back over there and be like, aha, gotcha. They're always going to keep throwing it in their face. So again, she went on a podcast and this is what she had to say in regards to the situation all over again.
Look at the hypocrisy, right? They're mad at her for saying someone was corny in high school that she didn't even say, and then proceed to say things 1,000 times worse than what she said.
Oh, brother. I love my black woman. I love my woman. But the hashtag in the corner is low-key triggering me. Hashtag listen to black woman. Low-key triggering me, bro. Just a little bit.
It's crazy.
Now, obviously, I'm not in her,
Okay, and to say this, I'm not no misogynist or nothing like that. I just think when women talk about like dating and certain dating perspectives and their view on modern dating, it just makes no sense. Women can talk about anything else and I'll listen. But when it comes to dating, bro, I don't really listen to them. And y'all shouldn't either. Y'all shouldn't either. Women are great in business. They're very smart, good with a lot of things. But when it comes to dating, bro, don't listen to women.
Instagram DMs or whatever. I don't know what people are saying that are worse or whatever. I just feel like people like when there is a satisfactory story, right? Like, people like when, some people who, hated on you or spoke down against you or thought you wouldn't be anything or tried to diminish you end up seeing your glow up. Like, people like to see that kind of revenge. And so in this situation, she's saying that she is now kind of like the victim in this situation because her calling him corny or the conversation was never that deep or that serious.
It makes sense. And you didn't even say it. And no one has ever said, hey, our bad. We went back and heard the audio. You didn't say it. It was in your front.
Now, the audio in question is actually from a previous podcast that L'Oreal did. with her friend, and they were talking about Michael B. Jordan being in a relationship with Lori Harvey at the time. And basically the narration behind that conversation was like, oh, of course he treats Lori good and he showers her with flowers because he's corny. So I actually have a clip of the audio. I'm going to put it up so you guys can hear the conversation.
I really think deep down inside, I think that Michael B. Jordan is just like a nice, corny guy. And I don't mean that as a slight, right? I mean, we all know that the nice, corny guys treat you the best.
Now, the person who used the terminology corny in that conversation was not L'Oreal herself. It was, again, her co-host, her friend. And, she went out on different public platforms and was like, hey, it was me who called him corny. It was me, whatever. I still stand by it. It is what it is.
L'Oreal really wasn't the one who called him. I actually was the one who said that on our podcast that we had about 2 years ago.
Do you feel bad about it now? Now you're seeing the backlash on social media. Does Diva even care?
Absolutely not.
So you don't feel bad? No apology?
Why would I feel bad?
The thing that gets me with these kind of conversations
stand on that.
is that when women are the ones who, if somebody called...
But it's like, bro, he's got an Oscar. Shit, hey, if me being corny gets me an Oscar, I'll be the corniest motherfucker. Like
girl corny, right? If somebody walked around
like
and was like, Zendaya's corny, right? I'm just using her for example. If somebody was like, oh yeah, if a guy that she went to high school was like, oh yeah, everybody knows Zendaya's corny, or everybody knows Zendaya whack.
That's their opinion.
Women would be outraged. How dare he? Oh my gosh, they would flip the internet upside down. So, but when it comes back to them, again, because women feel that women are above reproach, that you can say anything, you can do anything, you can disrespect anybody, you can humiliate anybody, and, there should be no recourse for your actions. They don't understand what the big deal is. Like, all of a sudden, all logic goes out the window, and they have no idea why, calling him corny at the height of certain levels of his success at the time was such a problem. She then went onto her social media at that time, and she had posted these stories that says, any black man that dates white women is corny to me, shrug.
Gang, what? The logic behind that? What? Let me read this shit again. I might need glasses to read this. It's like I can get into this, but I really don't want to. Well, hey, I'm gonna say this.
I guess that PR relationship with Lori helped, but helped y'all forget, but I didn't.
Oh,
she then posted another post that says the blogs only post half BS. And it was a quote of what she was saying about him and being the nice, corny guy dating Lori Harvey. And then she put at the bottom, they mad at L'Oreal when it was me who called him corny. What's so crazy to me is like, she was trying so hard during that time to have a moment and have the highlight be on herself, and nobody looked her way. Like, that is so funny to me. Like, she was like, everybody look at me. It was me who called him corny. It was me. It was me. It was me. And everybody was like, yeah, so anyways, L'Oreal, like nobody, they were paying her dust at the moment, right? And so
and her coming out and saying it like that on the podcast, attention seeking. It's all attention seeking. Women love attention, whether it's bad or good. They prefer good attention, but they love attention. So her coming out and saying that, oh yeah, I called him corny, it was me. Like, what do you gain from that? Attention. Women love attention.
So now L'Oreal is still getting flack for that situation. And, even though L'Oreal at the time wasn't the one who called him corny, during that podcast, in the continuation of the conversation, this is what she also said in that moment.
You know, it's so crazy. I went to school with Michael B. Jordan. To be honest with you, we teased him all the damn time because his name was Michael Jordan. And he was no Michael Jordan. And then he also would come to school with headshots. We lived in Newark. Yeah. Like that's the hood. You know what I mean? So we would make fun of him. Like, what you gonna do with your little stupid headshots? Like, and now look at him.
So, okay, even with the context, right, of the conversation and what was said from her portion, whether she was the one who used the term corny or not, and her friend was, whatever, you still were making fun of him for pursuing his dreams at a young age. And you even, having to say yourself, well, now look at him, shows that you were opposing, all the good things that he was doing. And now you are watching his glow up, his win, his successes right in front of your face, which means that even though you weren't the one who said corny, that people are still, they have some kind of space to be like, ha ha. You was clowning him. You was clowning his headshots. You was, laughing at his name. Now his name resounds around the place as an Oscar winner.
To be honest with you, we teased him all the damn time because his name was Michael Jordan. Let's start there. And he was no Michael Jordan.
Now what's funny is she was like, oh, he was no Michael Jordan. And it's funny because Michael Jordan actually lost so much before he became arguably one of the best NBA players of all time. And a
lot of men's success comes from the midst of loss and heartbreak. Sometimes I feel like you gotta have that trial by fire as a man. You have to go through the hard times to see what you're made of, right? If you've never been through the fire as a man, how do you know you're made for the heat? How do you know? If you've never been through the fire, you've never been tested, how do you know you're made for the heat? So in Michael B. Jordan's case, he's made for it. This is a classic success story. A lot of black men love to see this, especially the black men that were overlooked. There's a lot of black men out there that black women didn't want, and they were corny in high school, and now they got good jobs, or maybe now they're entrepreneurs and successful or have a family. And it's like those women are probably baby mothers, or they're still single, still not in a relationship, but they had the nerve to talk about Michael B. Jordan like that whole time, not knowing bro is a ticket. So know your worth, fellas. If you know in your mind you a ticket, but these girls ain't treating you like that, oh well, they gonna be there. Go hard. Focus on the grind.
Michael B. Jordan, right, who named after him, it's so funny to me because he kind of has that same, aura going on where he's been trying in the industry for a long time, since his teen years. And he is absolutely winning, becoming, obviously, based off of the Oscars, one of the best actors of all time. Based off of the awards, right? We're not saying there's other people who are not named. And I'm just talking about based off of his.
You can't, I don't know another person that acted in a movie of this level as good as he did in Sinners. And let's not forget, he played 2 different characters extremely well. So, I mean, bro, that's hard work.
So it's so funny that she was like, oh, he was definitely not no Michael Jordan.
We would make fun of him like, what you gonna do with your little stupid headshots? And now look at him.
What gets me is the hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Right? I can't stand with it, can't stand for it. I can't stand the hypocrisy where women will tear men down. Women will call men corny, call them lame, call them all these different things, based off of them not being the status quo, right? If a man, don't cheat on you, don't break your heart, don't put his hands on you, whatever, he's lame, he's whack, he's corny.
And it doesn't have to be that. The guys that are not corny to these girls, these black women, are the guys who literally have nothing going for themselves. Most times. It's the guys who's the players, the thugs maybe, street dude, the guy who's just attractive and just got options. It's those guys. It's not Michael B. Jordan. They don't check for those guys. Right? They want the guys who got fast money now and spending it, living a little dangerous. Not okay with breaking the rules a little bit. So, yeah, man. Classic success story. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments down below. Congrats to Michael B. Jordan for winning an Oscar. Keep stunting. I think Ryan Coogler won an Oscar as well. So, yeah, man. That's it for the video. Hope you got some value from this. Peace out.